Can you guys see this? I don't know if you guys. Okay, this is called the Hippocratic Oath. The Hippocratic Oath. This is what every doctor has to take this oath. Hippocratic Oath, one of the oldest binding documents in history, the oath written by Hippocrates is still held sacred by physicians to treat the ill to the best of one's ability, to preserve a patient's privacy, to teach the secrets of medicine to the next generation, and so on. But what is it? This is the oath. This is the oath, okay? Watch this. I swear by who? By Apollo. This is the sun god. This is the sun god of the Greeks. By Apollo, physician, and I don't even know how to say that. Asclepius and Hygeia and Panacea and all the gods and goddesses, making them my witnesses that I will fulfill according to my ability and judgment this oath and this covenant. Who are they taking an oath to? Who are they swearing by? They're swearing by who? A pagan god. Pagan gods and goddesses. Pagan gods and goddesses. Let me ask, can you trust you being a Christian? You being a Christian, us being Christians. Can we trust this then? Can we Watch this. What is in the vaccination? What is in this COVID-19 vaccine? I looked it up. I looked it up. Watch what's in it. I looked it up. Okay? Watch this. Watch this. This is what they have so far. This is the COVID vaccine so far, the COVID-19 vaccine. This is what it is so far, right? AZD 1222, formerly Chad OX1 and COVID-19. What is this? Chad OX1. I looked it up. I looked it up. I looked it up. What is this? Chad OX1. Okay, it says methods. We use direct RNA sequencing to analyze transcript expression from Chad OX1 and nCoV-19 genome in human MRC5. What is this? What is MRC5? Watch this. MRC5. This is what MRC5. This is what they have in this vaccine. MRC5. MRC5 is a diploid cell culture line composed of fibroblasts originally developed from the lung tissue of a 14-week-old aborted Caucasian male fetus. This is what they're putting in the vaccination. Caucasian male fetus. The lung tissue of a Caucasian male fetus. What else does it say? MRC5, right? MRC5 and what? A549 cell lines. What is that? Watch this. A549 cell lines. Okay, A549 cells are adenocarcinomic human I don't know how to even say that, cells, and constitute a cell line that was first developed in 1972 through the removal and culturing of cancerous lung tissues in the explanted tumor of a 58-year-old Caucasian male. This is what they have. This is what they have in this vaccine. You think this is an abomination to God? You think putting these things, unclean things in our bodies, you think that's an abomination to God, isn't it? That's an abomination to God. Do you see? Do you see now? Do you guys now see why this is controversial? This is what they're putting in these vaccines. This is what they're putting in these vaccines. First, they take the Hippocratic Oath. They swear by Apollo and other gods and goddesses. And then they put these things in. No wonder why it's called sorcery or witchcraft. Don't you guys remember those when you were younger? I don't know if you guys remember this, but when I was younger, before I became a Seventh-day Adventist, before I became a Christian, I used to watch the Halloween specials, right, with those witches, and they have in the cauldrons a mixture. They mix all sorts of things in the cauldron. They have monkey brains. You put a monkey brains, put the hair of a raccoon. You put all kinds of nasty things in the cauldron, all kinds of spices and things like that, and they mix it up. And they make a potion out of this. And they make people drink this. What is that? That's sorcery, witchcraft. That's happening today in the medical industry. That's happening today. They're putting all kinds of weird, strange things in these vaccines. No wonder why it's called sorcery and witchcraft. Take a look at what Mrs. White says. Mrs. White says, this is Loma Linda. Mrs. White says this: sanitarium work is one of the most successful means of reaching all classes of people. Our sanitariums are the right hand of the gospel, opening the ways whereby suffering humanity may be reached with the glad tidings of healing through Christ. How are we supposed to be healing? Through Christ, which reminds me of Malachi 4 and verse 2. For those who fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings. It's Malachi 4 and verse 2. We have to heal through Christ. In these institutions, the sick may be taught to commit their cases to the great physician. Who is that? Jesus Christ. God the Father. Jesus Christ. The Holy Spirit. The great physician, who will cooperate with their earnest efforts to regain health, bringing to them healing of soul as well as healing of body. Loma Linda, page 63. Loma Linda, page 64, it says, Christ is no longer in this world in person to go through our cities and towns and villages healing the sick. He has commissioned us to carry forward the medical missionary work that he began, and in this work we are to do our very best. Institutions for the care of the sick are to be established where men and women suffering from disease may be placed under the care of God-fearing physicians and nurses and be treated without drugs. Without drugs. Mrs. White says this: how should we treat people? God-fearing physicians should treat people without drugs. Watch what she says. This is Counsels on Health, page 456. Many are unwilling to put forth the needed effort to obtain a knowledge